Chat Man Friday,
A podcast for Maine in North and West Melbourne. Chatman Friday.
Chatman Friday. Hello, this is another Friday, another podcast, and another beautiful guest today in this podcast. This is Saeed with Usman hosting this podcast for you.
Well, I'm very happy to be back again with you, Saeed. And today we are having a great guest here. Today we are having Lou.
Yes.
Lou is a great person. You know, she has some unique experiences.
Yeah.
She has been working with the homeless sector, and at the same time, also she is providing them with digital literacy courses. This is really great. It's very unique to find people with such kind of dual experience and dual
That's right.
knowledge. So actually, thank you very much, Lou, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation. It's good to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
That's right. Usman told the audience a little bit about you, but not a lot. I know you have done a lot of activities for the community, for the people. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Lou.
I've been in tech all my life, so is my husband, and I stopped working for a while whilst I had my kids, and then I just got back into it teaching. One of the first places that I was here at the centre.
So you're working on tech for a long time, like on the tech sector?
Yes. V-Line, Telstra, Kentucky Overseas, Dimaroo, if anyone remembers that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've been around a bit in tech.
Yes.
That's interesting.
How much important is the technology for the people at the moment, nowadays, if you can say something at the beginning about that?
I think it is one of the most important skills that people should learn how to use. Everything on our lives now is technology. Everything is on the internet. Yeah. And if you don't know how to use it, you're sort of left behind and you're left in the dark, basically. You can't communicate with anyone. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very important to have those skills to be able to use it, but just not use it, but to use it safely and properly.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah.
But it's a bit scary.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary because, like sometimes you say, I don't know what to do. And I'm really scared that I might not cope up with everything. And then I will be left behind. I will not find enough jobs. I will not find enough opportunities. But how hard it is to catch up and be at least tech savvy.
It's not hard to catch up, but you've got to know how to. Once you know how to do something, then that's fine. But who do you go to these days to be able to have that sort of information given to you, but given to you in a way that you understand? There's always YouTube, there's everything on the web, but it doesn't always explain it in the way that you understand it. Yeah. And especially with the sector that I work with, not all of them can read. Not all of them can follow a YouTube video. That they don't know how to slow it down. They don't. There's a few words in there that it goes over their head. So then they sort of give up. Because it's just a bit too hard, or they don't have access to the internet to be able to get onto YouTube.
I can see it in their faces when they say, they have spent this much gigabytes. What is bytes and why it's gone? And I paid my money, so why do you need almost bytes? Like what giga and kilo and mega?
Yes.
It's a lot of terminologies that they need to deal with.
Yes, and especially with everyone taking photos now, the more photos you take, the more storage that you use on your not your updates, your backups.
Yeah.
And they all run out, especially if you're on Apple, you've only got 5 gig. If you take a few videos, it's all taken up, and then they have to don't get their phone backed up, and then they lose it, and then it's back to square one again. Their life is sort of on that phone, and it's disappeared.
You're right. Yeah.
And like when you're working, and I know that you have been working on the homeless sector for a long time. By the way, where are you at the moment? Are you working with?
I'm at Ozanam House at the moment on Thursday mornings doing the tech support and training there. And in the afternoons there, I'm now doing a sewing class. So in the morning, I'm Tech Lou. And in the afternoon, I'm Solo.
Oh, yeah.
So we just have a bit of fun with those words there. Yeah, because there's another Louise there at Ozanam House. So it's one way to differentiate us. I'm also at Wingate Avenue as well. I do a few classes there as well, computers and also mobiles. And I'm also at Carlton Learning Centre.
Wow.
And I'm teaching students there, English as additional language students, how to use things.
Wow.
And I do sewing there as well. But I've been a lot of places. I used to work here as well at the centre. I used to do tech classes here too.
Wow.
I used to be at North Melbourne Language and Learning. I used to do it there. I used to be at Kensington Neighbourhood House as well. And that was my first introduction to Ozanam House at Kensington Neighbourhood House. That was many years ago. They used to come to classes at Kensington, and I used to teach them there. I took over from someone, so I did that for a little while as well.
Yeah.
You've been quite busy.
Yeah.
Actually, you have been busy working after, like you left the tech sector. Actually, it seems to me like you became more busy.
Well, still in the tech sector. Oh, yeah. And look, but it's not, to me, it's not work, it's fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
important,
wake up every day and not sure where I'm going because I have to remember what day it is. But to me, it's enjoyable. Like they're all people similar ages, and they all want to learn, and we have laughs and we joke, and it's a good day. It's a good job.
It's very interesting. So, what does it make you feel when you teach some people, some homeless person or someone who's really struggling with their life, digital literacy? What kind of feelings do you have?
It's the best feeling in the world. To be able to help someone that's struggling and know that you've made a difference in their life, nothing could be more rewarding than that.
Wow.
I had one guy at Ozanam House. He was living in his car. He only told me that. I don't ask them questions or anything like that. They just come in and I just know that they need help. But he had his phone and he lost all his photos on his phone and he was just so distraught. Oh. So once we got that past that and, I calmed him down and, find out what was going on, I found the photos for him. Oh. It was quite simple for me because I know how to do it, but he was just over the moon that, it was just wonderful that, he was able to get back something that he thought he'd lost. So it is a wonderful feeling.
It's his
brilliant.
memories, his history. It's all what he got from some good moments in his life, and I think that you revived that for him. I think that's a great thing to say.
There's lots of different stories like that, but it's just the feeling of knowing that you can help somebody that couldn't get help elsewhere. And it's just making an improvement in some part of their life, which
and I believe I'm sure you agree with me in this. After you solve a problem and then the love they give back to you, you can't find
not
that
all of
kind
them
of
like a hug. So I've got to be careful on that one.
But only the appreciate the love they give. We can't compare it to any money.
No, that's right. That's right.
So that's the
and now we have many listeners who are from North and West Melbourne. What would you like them to know about those guys or ladies that you are meeting back at Ozanam House, about the residents of Ozanam House?
The residents there are absolutely wonderful. There's nothing I can say against them for whatever reason that they're there. It's none of my business. I'm just there to help them. But they're all so lovely. They're all very kind. They're always helpful. I've left quite a few things around in the computer room by accident. And next thing I know, I come back next week and they've handed it in to the front desk. So I trust them. Okay, you can't trust everyone all of the time, but as a general sort of rule, they're absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Wow.
Great cohort to work with.
That's right. Yeah. So I think Usman told you we have some couple of breaks in the middle of the show. So we'll have a short break, then we'll come back and then we continue with you.
Wow,
Okay.
wow, yeah, I'm really looking forward for this interview. Anyway, let's get the break and then
Yes.
get back very quickly.
The men's afternoon tea. It's a casual get-together for some food and a chat with other men from the neighborhood. New people are highly encouraged and it's free. It happens fortnightly Thursdays, 2:30 to 4 p.m. at 58 L Street, North Melbourne.
Welcome back to Chatman Friday. We are still here. So we keep continue the talk with our beautiful guest.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have a lot of questions to do, and
Me
I
too.
don't know what to ask and what to leave, But like, you have met with a lot of different cohorts which are really challenged, like whether they are men who are affected by men who are in or out of jail. You have been also dealing with men who are either in temporary stage of homelessness or in a permanent homelessness stage. And all of them, they might have different challenges. But generally, what are the key challenges that those men or those people that you are working with are facing?
And I don't get into their personal reasons or anything like that, so I try and keep it at a more professional, like tech level. But I just found that the housing is one of the biggest issues. They don't have anywhere to live. They don't have a place of their own. So for them to be settled, they need somewhere to live and have a good roof over their house, over their head, and also access to services to help them on their way. I don't know if anyone's tried to get onto MyGov and Centrelink and things like that. They need help with that. Services as well, like getting your teeth done, getting a haircut, do your washing.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
those sort of places. And I think the other one as well, from my personal experience talking to people that I know about the cohort that I live with, are people's attitudes.
Oh, that's a very important point.
It's, there's nothing to be ashamed of if you don't have a house to live in. And a lot of people are going through that at the moment. No reason not to communicate or be involved with people that are different to us. And that difference might be that they don't have a house, they don't have a job, they've come down on their luck, but they're still people and they still need the human interactions that we all need.
Yes.
So if you see someone out there that's down on their luck, go past and, give them a smile.
That's very important. That's a very important message, I think.
Yes.
Because, that's a key. And I remember before I started working on that, the main idea that I had that, these people are in trouble and they are going to cause me trouble. But when I start to deal with them, they are really like very nice and very kind. They're very clean from inside.
Absolutely.
They are just struggling. They are in a time of their life that they are struggling. And they'll be very happy with a smile on their face to push them out of that trouble. Yeah. Well, it's Chatman Friday, so now we are speaking about men. So, men, how do you think that men are dealing the same way about IT and digital literacy than women? And if this is happening, then how does it look like? I can see a smile on your face.
It's always the same that men don't necessarily go to doctors.
Okay.
So they don't think that they need help with tech.
Yes.
It is very hard to go up to any age of a man, or boy or whatever, and say, this is a better way of doing things.
Yes,
where I think a woman is more open to being helped.
Yeah, don't tell me what I need to do. I will do it myself, huh?
That's right. Yeah, and it could be just upbringing, it could be culture, it could be, I'm the man of the house. But, not everyone knows how to do everything.
Yes.
I learn a lot from my students as well. Sometimes I'm stuck and they will show me, man or woman, on how to do something. And it's just grateful. They're not interfering. They're just sharing the information that we all have.
Yeah, and we need help. Like when you were speaking about MyGov, and I'm still struggling with MyGov. Sometimes I cannot find my way through it.
Yeah.
So I can imagine for someone who is struggling with other difficulties, how much difficult it could be. It's really very tough job to do.
It is, because you need the patience and the time, and you need to be able to be nice to the people on the phone or on the internet or wherever you're getting it, so that you can get help.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't hang up on them. You can't be rude, because it just doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, true. That's true.
Yeah. Would you like to share us any stories, as long as you remember any of them, that you served with services to someone, and then they got good help from you and your other friends? Is there any stories like that?
There's lots and lots of stories like that, but one that mainly stands out is when I was working at a different homeless place for men. This gentleman came in. He'd been living there for a while, and I was doing tech support there as well, and he needed a job. He was apparently he got divorced. He lost his house. He turned to drink, and he was just down and out. And the last place that he ended up was at a homeless place, because that was it. So he came there, and we were doing a job program for them. So we put together his resume, and he was quite well educated, and he was quite good. He was just down on his luck. He had a bad turn. So we did his resume. We helped him out with interview questions. We set him up with proper clothing to wear, and he got the job.
Wow.
He ended
Job
up
as
a manager at a food store.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what he used to
That's
do.
Big.
Oh, look, it is.
yeah.
I mean, and it's just because he was willing to get help. I mean, he went through his rough patch, and then I think he said, "No, enough's enough."
Yeah.
And he got back on his feet again.
That's a beautiful success story. Actually, I would love
It's one of my favourite ones.
when I you know, like on the streets, I meet that person that was in a big problem, and then all of a sudden, this person now is a manager somewhere, and I have contributed a little bit.
Yes.
I think that there is no money can top that
Yes.
that feeling.
Yes.
Of course.
No money can top that feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's because he had the services and the support around him to be able to help him get back on his feet.
So being a man, all right, and then how can you how do you think we can promote digital literacy among men? Because as you said, we have that thing saying, nah, I don't need that help. I can sort it myself. But how can we promote it to this head who's saying that?
I don't think putting the flyers up or advertising it in any way is necessarily going to bring them in. I think what I've found is when I'm at Ozanam House and I finish around about lunchtime and they're all having lunch, I'll walk the room and I'll go around and find someone that I know and talk to them, right? Just say hello. So then people get to know me. The other thing that I do at Ozanam House too in the afternoon is the sewing. So as I'm there, we're sitting down and there's only a few of us and I just teach them how to repair their pants and shorts or whatever. Then the guys will come up to me and say, "Oh, you're Tech Lou." I go, "Yeah, I am." I've got this problem. I said, "Yeah, no problem." I'll either solve it on the spot or say, "Come and see me Thursday." And they do come. Not all of them come, but just to tell them that I'm there isn't enough. I think it has to be more personal, sitting around talking, and things come up because that's basically how I got into this job in the first place.
Yeah, I think that's
So I've always been a sewer. I've got a daughter with special needs, so I couldn't work for quite a while. And to take my mind off things, I started sewing. So I had a little group of friends that we'd all sit down and sew together, and we hired out the room here at the centre. So we used to come here every Thursday afternoon and just sew. Just a group of us. And whilst we were there, some of the people that I was sewing with wanted help with their iPad.
Of course.
I helped them. Because I can't help myself, or sometimes I just butt in and help them whether they want it or not. I mean, and then one of the community development worker that was here at the time saw that and then asked me if I wanted to teach it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And that's how I got started.
That's
So it's
right.
all thanks
that's
to the
right.
centre.
Yeah,
I
so
think
you're...
that talking one-to-one could be really a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
You know, the way that Lou was mentioning, like going from door to door, talking to them during the sewing machine, the sewing sessions that she had, talking to the ladies and just talking to them. Oh, I can help you with that, and then they might feel, oh well, I need that, I need that, and then it's gonna be the decision of me to join in rather than feeling that, oh, I got me a piece of paper. Okay, thank you very much. Put it back, and then I will not remember it again. That's a very good approach. I like it.
Yes. Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
the personal sort of touch.
Yeah, one-to-one talk.
That's right, that's right. So we'll have another break, Usman and Lou. We will come back shortly after half a minute, I think.
Let's go for a break.
This is North and West Melbourne Neighbourhood Centre, and we host programs and activities for locals. Visit us at nwmnc.org.au or call us at 9328 1126, or even better, come in person at 58 Errol Street, North Melbourne.
And we are back after the break again with Lou, and we have time is running, and really I have a lot of questions to ask. I have a lot of things to say, but maybe I can just talk to you. We are now at the center, so maybe we can speak about your experience here. You mentioned the sewing session, and then how you started digital literacy, but you had great experience also doing a program called Workout.
Yes, the workout program. That I got involved with that. I think you've already interviewed Frances. She'd already been doing it for a year. And another gentleman was doing the IT part of things in the afternoon. So he didn't want to do it anymore for whatever reason. So then they asked me on board if I wanted to come on board and do it. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll give anything a try. It was pretty harrowing the first time that I was here. I had about 6 or 8 men who were still in prison. There weren't many people in the... I didn't know much was going on at the centre. And, you know, the big men, and I had to teach them how to use IT. And I'm thinking, oh, gee. But after a while, I mean, we were all laughing and joking. We don't mention that, you know, they're in prison. They're just guys that need help. So that was quite good too. That was lots of fun, lots of other stories there as well. And one of the things that it was my job to do was to teach them how to use the computer. So it was getting an email address, trying to send emails, reply to emails, get onto tech. A lot of them wanted to do online shopping as well and buying all the runners. So they couldn't do that physically themselves, but they could go looking. But it was just, and through that, doing an activity that they wanted to do, I was able to slip in all of these other tech things that I could teach them. So instead of going, do this, it was, you know, more relaxed. They had to produce work. They had to write Word documents as well, and they had to highlight, and I had this whole thing that they had to do, and you know, but I mean, it was just all part of fun. And then once they did the work that I wanted them to do, then they can go on to YouTube and do other things as well. But they all had to help each other too. It was made a little bit of a group, and out of all of us, and it usually ran for. It was initially 10 weeks, then it went to 6 weeks, and at the end of the 10 weeks, or in the middle, at the end of the 6 weeks, Frances and I used to take them out to lunch and pay for their lunch just down the road. And that was an experience in itself as well, because a lot of them hadn't necessarily eaten Thai food. I'm not sure if it was Thai. The fusion food. It's just all a completely different experience for them. But it was just so nice to end in that way. And then, we'd say goodbye or whatever, and they had to get a hug from me whether they liked it or not. and they just went on. So every now and then, you know, I'd hear back for them to say, yep, I got this job, and yep, I'm back on track, and things like that. So it was good.
So many of them found jobs after they finished with you and so on?
And it wasn't just us, but it was all of the services that were provided with them as well, because we did their resumes and things like that as well. And Francis did the interview questions and the public speaking and things like that. So it was a really good, it was one of the best programs out there, similar to what you're doing at Ozanam House at the moment.
And when was that? Sorry to ask you.
I started that in 2012.
Wow. And for how long?
Oh, it was about 10, 12 years.
No.
Oh, well, no, it was because I also did it during COVID. So that was something else.
Okay.
Because they used to come here because it was a low security prison, but during COVID they weren't allowed to leave. So Francis and I were allowed to go in there and teach them there. But then after a while too, we weren't allowed in there either because everyone was in lockdown.
Yeah.
So then I had to do it via Zoom.
Wow.
You try
That's
teaching tech
interesting.
via Zoom.
So you're teaching tech. That's very interesting. It's teaching tech using tech.
Yes.
And the tech had to work. So because I'd already been in there, we knew we had set it all up and everything.
Yeah.
But trying to get some of these guys onto MyGov via Zoom.
Oh my!
And they'd be on the phone and they're not getting through.
Yeah.
And it was just, and sometimes I'd have, 5 or 8 of them at the other end of the screen.
Yeah.
Well,
Look, it's been fun. And I think it meant a lot to them as well because there was that human interaction that someone actually, took the time to help them out with some of these difficult challenges that the rest of the world has as well.
Wow, I love talking to you, and actually there is a lot of experience coming from every story that we have, and now we are in the 50th anniversary of the center, and having that long experience with the center. Would you like to say anything to the center and its future?
I just think with the centre, just to keep on doing what they're doing and helping as many people as they can through the programs that they have. They're absolutely brilliant with the men's club, going down to Ozanam House and helping them out there with their programs too. And just anyone that walks in the door that is felt really welcomed and they get the help that they need. So I think that's absolutely brilliant of the centre doing that, and I think they do a very good job of it as well.
Thank you very much, Lou. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I was listening very, very accurately to Lou and learned a lot.
No, actually, I think that maybe Lou needs to think about having a podcast. Do digital literacy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, you don't
No,
want it.
everyone knows where to find me. Come down to North Melbourne, Ozanam House. Yep.
Yeah, and especially Usman, the behavior Lou has and showed to us, of course, shows to everybody, and this has been a lot to us, and we learned a lot. The attitude, the way she's speaking, so it's very nice and very beautiful, and I learned especially a lot from you, Lou.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me on here, and I'm happy to help anyone that needs help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and it's another episode of Chatman Friday. I think that I'm very happy to have you here with my friend Saeed. Yes. Would you like to say anything before we close?
Just before closing, I request we invite Miss Lou again to this episodes after some times.
Now you have got a public request.
I can give some tech hints.
Anyway, thank you very much. And it's Chatman Friday, and see you next week.
See you.
Chatman Friday, a podcast for Maine in North and West Melbourne.